This IMF forecast carries a sobering message. The economic pain of COVID-19 will be deep and protracted, and nowhere will be spared. For the first time, every region of the world will face recession simultaneously.
At this point, I had started to realise that with the pandemic, the economy was going to take a real hit. And I remember driving to work, and I was like, fuck, I could lose my job here.
The economy is potentially going to tank, a recession, and this is all whilst I'm about to make the transition from doing what I do now to going self-employed and freelancing and moving to the other side of the world in Lombok. So as you can imagine, this whole event kind of puts a huge spanner in the works. So I just thought I'd document what happens between now and then, because I think it could be pretty rough. Yeah, I've got like a financial cushion that I've been saving up hard for, and I've been working towards this goal of moving to Lombok for quite a long time now. And suddenly it looks like all those plans could get very quickly derailed here because of what's happening. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen yet.
And I remember thinking, like, in the days leading up to things really kicking off, I remember thinking, yeah, I might actually lose my job, and I was mentally preparing for this.
I won't lie, I'm a tiny bit scared, a bit worried.
Stocks, they fell hard again today. Economic fears and many unknowns rattling investors. The Dow falling another 1,300 points. It now closed below 20,000. The Dow is now down a mind-blowing 10,000 points from its all-time highs hit just last month. Let's put that in context.
Worst case scenario for me right now is the economy tanks, the business I work for, which is a small business in the grand scheme of things, would start to fail, and then that means I lose my job because they already know I'm leaving, so it's nothing personal. Makes sense to get rid of me first to save money. And then I would have to start living off my savings, and I would eat into my savings. They would go to zero. I wouldn't be able to fly to Lombok. I wouldn't be able to pay for a new flight later on because I've eaten into my savings. I might not even be able to get a new job because the economy is shit. That's worst case scenario. It's good to be prepared for it.
Businesses were starting to go under, people were losing jobs, there were clients who were placing projects with us on hold. Everything was slowly grinding to a halt. And I remember thinking, yeah.
I am fully prepared for the idea that I will lose my job.
Because I mean, the phones, it was dead as a dodo. Yes, the phones didn't go once. It's just there is no work coming in. There's no invoicing to do.
The reality is
grim.
And then it happened. I was asked into the office for a chat, and we all know what the chat means. Yeah, so I grabbed the GoPro and I shoved it in my pocket because I was like, yeah, this is it.
Well, obviously you probably know why we're asking to talk to you, because yours is quite an isolated position within the business.
Yeah.
It's one of those positions that it's very easy to see whether there's work there or whether there's no work there. So I know you know this is coming, I would imagine, because you're an intelligent person.
It's nothing personal.
No.
I understand these are hard times.
Personal. What?
So there we go. I told you it was coming. I knew it was coming. So in a way it's good because I'm mentally prepared. I've just lost my job. Just been made redundant with pretty much immediate effect. And like I said, it's nothing personal. It's just what's happening all over the country. That conversation is happening all over the country right now. So a lot of people, probably hundreds of thousands. Literally a week ago, I was at Anfield watching Liverpool play Atletico Madrid a week ago, and I just had no inkling that any of this was coming. It's happened so fast. It's quite incredible. But yeah, here we are.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Dad, you alright?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. I've been made redundant as I expected, so yeah. Well,
So what are you going to do?
I don't know yet. I'm figuring out a plan.
That was it was a tough day because nobody wants to lose their job. You know, although I was fortunate enough to be mentally prepared for it, it still sucked.
And so ends another chapter of my life in the most bizarre way imaginable. Crazy times.
The number of UK deaths has been rising at a faster rate than both Italy and China at the same stage of their outbreak, both of which experience unsustainable pressure on their health services.
Right, gotta go in and tell Layla that I've lost my job. Right, I've lost my job.
What do you mean?
I've been made redundant.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Unfortunately.
What were your thoughts when I lost my job? What were you thinking in that moment?
Well, it's because you already told me that when you picked me up, I think it was like the day before.
Yeah, it was the day before I picked you up from the airport.
No, it was, sorry, you lost your job the day after you picked me up.
Yes.
But then when you did pick me up, you were like, yeah, I have a feeling I might lose my job. And I was like, what?
You didn't think?
No.
You didn't think it was going to happen, did you?
Don't be silly. But then the next day I was like, oh shit.
I came back, didn't I? And I was like, I've lost my job. I don't think you believed me at first for a second.
Yeah, no, I thought you were trolling me as usual. But then you actually did, and I was like, oh.
What did you think in terms of like our plans and like getting here to Lombok? What was going through your head when I said all of that?
Well, I mean, I knew you had savings, so it wasn't like you had nothing.
No.
So.
But at the same time, I was worried that I was going to just have to eat into those savings to survive.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point, we still thought we were going to be here in June, so I was like March, April, May, June. It's only 3 months, so you can survive 3 months.
June.
Yeah.
So naive of us. We were just thinking we were still going to get over here pretty quick. Naive.
It's gonna be alright, it'll work out. I've got plans and got options, so